your father is born again, he's gonna be born in one of our fields.
I actually had a dream of this. That you guys, that brown people were sitting at the Lord's table, and white people were serving them.
What? Hey, hold on, get closer. Say that again.
God,
what happened?
I had this dream about
How did the dream go?
2 months ago.
2 months ago?
I had it 2 months ago. That the Lord's table was huge.
Hold on, bring it back.
The Lord's table was huge. It was huge.
It was a huge table, right?
And there were brown people sitting at it, white people serving them.
Yep.
That's what I saw.
That's Bible prophecy.
I saw that.
That's Bible prophecy.
Last on earth shall be first in heaven.
That's right. That's right. The first shall be last.
That was
an
actual
first.
dream.
Hey, grab that. Who got it?
I got it.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, let's start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, the men that told me this truth. And peace and salutation, Brakathum, to all you sincere Akim out there that's laboring in his truth throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and yeah, you know, this video is basically based on a clip that I seen, you know, a brother posted, all right, how he showed this Edomite, she appeared to be an Edomite. She said she had a dream about 2 months ago that she dreamed about the kingdom of heaven, and that you know, her people, which were Edomites, were serving so-called brown people, that's what she said, brown people, which are the Israelites. All right, and that's according to prophecy. You see what I'm saying? That's according to prophecy, because in the kingdom to come, you know, in our rulership, which is the rulership of Yahweh, which is who the world really calls God, and his son, who the world really calls so-called Jesus, right, which his name is Yahweh Shai, is going to be their kingdom. And by default, it's going to trickle down to the elect, first and foremost, then the rest of the nation of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and she also mentioned that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You know, referring to how things are operated in this society. You know, we're at the bottom, but in the kingdom to come, we're going to be at the, you know, we're going to be first. We're going to be first-class citizens, okay? We're going to have the dominion over you heathen nations, okay? Over you Edomites, which are you so-called white people, okay? And the rest of the other nations, the Chinese, the Africans, the Arabs, okay? The East Indians, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have dominion over you other nations, all right? But let me get something real quick. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And this is talking about, first and foremost, the elect, all right? Those that endure to the very end, all right? Those that get delivered, okay? Those that die in the faith, you know? The Lord is going to promise us to have power over the nations. You see what I'm saying? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Okay, when someone rules with a rod of iron, they're in a position of, you know, a king. Okay, where a king, whatever the king says, you know, their subjects have to do. All right, and the Lord is setting us up to be kings and priests on the earth, you know, and you're going to rule with a rod of iron, man. This is the Lord speaking. It says, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Okay, because the Father, Yahweh, all right, is going to give all dominion to Yahweh Shai. Okay, and like it says in Romans, the 8th chapter, we're going to be joint heirs with our Lord. So whatever the Lord received, we're going to receive as well. Okay? And let me read it in the NLT. It says, to all who are victorious, who obey me to the very end, to them I will give authority over all the nations. They will rule the nations with an iron rod, and smash them like clay pots. You see, so we're not gonna be nice to you. All right? Because guess what? You wasn't nice to us. You didn't show us any mercy, right? You know, so we're not gonna show you any mercy, man. Okay, Esau? You see what I'm saying? So that time is coming, man. You're going to pay for all the atrocities, all the wickedness that you have done on the earth to the Lord's people. All right? You have touched the apple of the Lord's eye. Let's get real quick. The book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 23. It says, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. All right? The same way how it was during the time of slavery. You know, we had to, you know, the women had to take care, had to be the nanny for the Edomite baby, you know. You know, so that's and it's still like that to this day, man. You got a lot of these Benjaminite women. They go downtown and they take care of these little kids, little Edomite children, you know, more better than their own. So the roles are going to be reversed. You know, the kings and the queens, the ones that are so-called in position here in this society, you know, they're going to be our handmaids, okay? They're going to be our slaves. Okay? So it says, they shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. You see? Because the Lord, you know, he's going to reward us, man. He promised that, you know, we're going to be given back the earth. Okay? And this time we're going to rule it in righteousness over you other heathen nations, man. All right? That's what's coming. Let me read in the NLT. It says, kings and queens will serve you and care for all your needs, man. You see? They're gonna whatever we say, they're gonna do, man. All right? They're gonna be at our beck and at our calling. Whatever we want, whatever we need you devils and you other nations to do for us, you're gonna do it, man. That's just what it is. Because guess what? We had to build up this society, so you're gonna build up our kingdom in the time to come. It says they will bow to the earth before you, right? And lick the dust from your feet. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Those who trust in me will never be put to shame, man. You see? So we're going to have our time. We're going to have let these heathens, let the Edomites, okay, the so-called white men and the rest of the heathen nations, let them have their time here on the earth, man. All right? Stop trying to follow after these damn devils. You know what I mean? To try to live that so-called American dream or whatever, to have the riches and the fame and the, you know, all that shit here in this society, which is all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, we see for what it's worth, you have to sell your soul, all right, to get the riches and the fame and the acknowledgement of being someone here in this, you know, godforsaken society, right? All the shit that's coming out with these devils, or, you know, these so-called celebrities, or what they do, you know, to obtain riches and fame, right? So we'll rather wait for the kingdom to come, man. You know? And see, these devils, they're going to serve us, man. They're going to serve us hardcore slavery for 1,000 years, man. Okay? Let's get something else. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and verse 10. I'm not going to make this long. Straight to the point. right? And the scriptures do mention in Revelation 13:9, he that have an ear, let him hear. All right, those that leadeth into he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right, you got to remember those scriptures, man, because those are prophecy. That's prophecy. That the same way how they led us into captivity, they stole us, kidnapped us from the shores of Africa, and brought us over here to America to work in their cotton fields and pick cotton and pick tobacco and and sugar cane and all that shit, and all that shit, man, they gonna have to pay for, man. Okay? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. They kill us all day with the sword. And guess what? Eventually they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be killed with the sword, man. All right? It's a thing called payback. Payback. See, none of these devils, they ever paid for the acts of slavery or anything, man. So guess what? The Lord has not forgotten. And he's gonna make sure these Edomites pay for that. They give you a so-called Black History Month, and you niggas, you forgot. You forgot all the wickedness that these devils did and still doing to this day. This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. And it says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. The kings of the earth, starting with the top elites, all right, the international bankers, such as the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, the Gettys. You see, all these top elites, okay, they're going to serve us, man. In fact, the Lord said he's going to punish those that are on high. He's going to punish the host of the high ones that are on high, all right? See, they're not going to die like, the people here in America, that they're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. The Lord is going to preserve these devils, man, the top ones, man, just so they could be the first fruits of slavery. It says, and their kings shall minister unto thee, meaning they're going to serve us. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. And that's what the Lord have done. He's given us his word. He's given us his name. So that's the Lord having mercy upon the children of Israel, starting with the elect. You see? Let me read it in the NLT. It says, foreigners will come to rebuild your towns, and their kings will serve you. For though I have destroyed you in my anger, I will now have mercy on you through my grace. All right, so, hey, like I said, man, Thwada Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for giving us this word, man, okay? And through his mercy, he's going to repay back for what all these things and atrocities that these devils have done to our people, okay? So, it's beautiful that the Lord he's putting the spirit on these people nowadays, man. As far as when it tells you in Joel, the 2nd chapter, how have your men have, the young men and young women have dreams, seeing certain things, man, seeing certain events that's going to take place in the near future, you know what I'm saying? And basically, having them, their tongue fall upon them, like it tells you in what's that, Psalms 64 verse 8, let their tongue fall upon them. They're being exposed in these latter days of being a bunch of devils, So hey, that's the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Basically, bringing things to light in these latter days. But with that, I want to end it there. All praises due to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Till the next time, I say Shalom.